90 years after Ben Fuller headed out west to a town called Brush Hill, and nearly half a century after William Robbins began to lay out the roadmap of what would be a new western suburb, one Midwest architect brought a bit of the Cotswolds to this new village. Becoming ever more popular in the early part of the 20th century, the English Cotswold-style cottage, an arm of the Tudor revival, began to pop up in towns and cities across the United States. A storybook version even made it into the big screen, with Walt Disney's wildly successful sound film, Snow White. And Hinsdale would not be without this charmed design. R. Harold Zook, the son of a builder and master carpenter, attended college and embarked on a career in architecture. He served as an apprentice under Howard Van Doren Shaw and taught interior design at the Art Institute of Chicago. After being passed up in a competition to design the Chicago Tribune building in 1922, Zook tipped his hat at home building, and in 1924, Zook came to Hinsdale to try his hand at residential architecture. I grew up in Hinsdale, Illinois, and was accustomed to occasionally encountering a house which could only be described as different. Recalled Hinsdale Central 1970 alum Bob Davies on his website cataloging Zook homes in Hinsdale.
The odd roof lines might remind you of a house from Hansel and Gretel, or the cast iron spider motifs near the front door might suggest that Halloween had gone year-round.
Lavinia Tackberry, a former owner of Zook's home and studio, which the architect built for him and his wife Mildred in 1924, reflected on Zook's artistic talents. He didn't just build homes. His use of detail is unbelievable, Lavinia had told Chicago Tribune in 1985. In every room, there's an intimacy. He liked the idea that when you go into a room, that it was private. Dramatically transforming blueprints to real-life stone and thatched roofing, Zook designed 34 homes and buildings in Hinsdale from the early 20s until his death in 1949. Several other architecturally significant buildings across the nation bear Zook's signature. Not unlike other historic homes in Hinsdale, Lavinia's prized Zook was set to be demolished in 2005. The Hinsdale Historical Society, along with a group of concerned citizens, worked tirelessly to preserve Zook's work. Their monumental fundraising efforts resulted in the relocation of the home and studio from South Oak Street to Catherine Legg Memorial Park, just 2 miles south. After 3 days on the road, heading up South County Line, the structures finally landed at KLM as it sits there today. The project later received a Richard H. Dreyhouse Foundation Preservation Award for Advocacy in October 2005 from Landmarks, Illinois. 15 years after the move, the aging structures are inevitably deteriorating at an alarming rate. And while the Historical Society has maintained the properties through its fundraising efforts, the dollar amount for renovations exceeds the nonprofit's annual budget. The time is now to protect Zook's home and studio, or it will meet the fate of so many others. Serving as the first steward of the National Register, one of the greatest preservationists in our country said it best.
It has been said that, at its best, preservation engages the past in a conversation with the present over a mutual concern for the future.
So be a steward of our heritage to protect our future. Join our efforts to restore Zook's home and studio. Learn more at hinsdalehistory.org.